Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shawn Pourgol. Today I want to speak with you about 4 principles of osteopathy, chiropractic, and naprapathy. I have doctoral degrees in these 3 professions, so I know a little bit about these professions, and I want to tell you about the philosophy that these professions have. Most of it they share together, and some are different. As you know, as I explained in my other videos, naprapathy and chiropractic, they all originated from osteopathy. To give you an example, you can compare osteopathy to Kung Fu and naprapathy and chiropractic to Taekwondo and Karate. The Taekwondo and Karate started from Kung Fu. They share the same techniques, but Kung Fu has a lot more techniques than Taekwondo and Karate. I practice Taekwondo myself. I'm a black belt, and I love in every moment I get to compare Taekwondo. They all beautiful martial arts. They all good and useful in their own way. Just having more technique doesn't mean one is superior to another. It's just the fact that I like to share with you. The same with osteopathy, has a lot more techniques. For example, at National Academy of Osteopathy, my college in Toronto, every week we teach something between 5 to 10 times more techniques to our students that I learned in a chiropractic school. This could also be for because in a chiropractic school that I attended in Toronto over 3 decades ago. My God, just saying that 30 years make me feel old. Wow, 30 years passed, time flies. But anyway, we studied only diversified techniques at the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College in Toronto, which that technique, as you know, originates from osteopathic manipulative therapy. There are many chiropractors who develop tons of different techniques, but only diversified technique is taught at CMCC. That's another difference I want to explain between osteopathy and chiropractic. There are many chiropractic techniques developed by chiropractors, while in osteopathy this is very rare. You don't see it that often. Aside from a few techniques, you don't see it often. And also in osteopathic colleges, usually they teach all the osteopathic techniques, while in chiropractic we study diversified. For the other techniques, we had to join seminars and register for them, pay for them, and learn those techniques differently outside our college. But a lot of the chiropractic techniques, naprapathy techniques, they are originated from in osteopathy. Dr. Oakley Smith, founder of naprapathy, he was a osteopath. Dr. Daniel David Palmer, who founded chiropractic, he studied osteopathy in the first school of osteopathy, and a lot of those techniques, for example, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF, is based on muscle energy technique. Strain counter strain is based on positional facilitated release techniques, and diversified is based from osteopathic manipulative therapy, and so on. You will see a lot of the techniques from those health professions that have origins in osteopathy. It's nothing bad about it. I just want to tell you the fact osteopathy itself, the technique was taken from Cherokee and Shawnee tribes, body work and healing arts. Dr. Still worked for 20 years in Shawnee tribes reservation lands, and he learned those techniques there and presented as an organized system of healthcare to the world. It's just a historical background for you. As I mentioned, the naprapathy and chiropractic originated from osteopathy, so a lot of their technique is basically osteopathic techniques. This goes the same with their philosophy. All 3 professions share 4 tenets of philosophy, 4 principles, that 3 of them is the same for all 3, and the last one differs. I go over them with you one by one. The first philosophy aspect of osteopathy is what I strongly believe in it, and that is that the structure governs function. This is very important. Almost everything that osteopaths do is based on that. The structure governs function. What does it mean? It means that if you structure basically means your bone, muscle, ligaments, tendon, and so on, the things that keep you straight, posturally speaking. What it means that if you change the structure, you will change the function. If your range of motion is limited in shoulder, for example, that's a function. That's something that affects your body does. So by changing the structure, you will change function. That's what we do. Dr. Sil called us body engineers. That's what we basically are. Manual osteopaths. We move the body, we move the biomechanics of the body by using a variety of hands-on manual therapy. We move the structure, and by that we hope to affect the function of the body, such as increased range of motion, decreased spasm, and so on, that affects people. We help them walk better, stand better, sit better, and have a pain-free life. Aside from that, obviously, function has a lot of other benefits these days. We are going through a coronavirus crisis, and many people have died, and most of you might not know the history, but over 100 years ago there was a pandemic flu going around the world. About 20 million people died, and the surprising thing was a lot of those people who received chiropractic and osteopathic techniques, they survived. None of them passed away, and this was always surprising for people. But recently, research in osteopathy showed that rib techniques, some visceral techniques, it actually has been shown through research that increases your white blood cells, increases your immune markers, and you basically your immune system is better, becomes stronger after receiving rib mobilization, rib osteoarticular techniques, and so on. So that is improved in function as well, when your body can work better. So structure governs function. The number one most important philosophical aspects of osteopathy, chiropractic, and naprapathy. Number two is that the body parts are connected together. The body works as a whole. This is the term where the term holistic came from. Long before that holistic word is now popularized in the media, over 140 years ago, the term holistic became the common knowledge in manual therapy through osteopathy, and that is because manual osteopaths work on the whole body, and this is because they believe the body parts are connected together. Aside from that, it's a side note, but this reminded me of a poem by Sadi. He's an Iranian poet from a long time ago, and his poem is written in English in the wall of the United Nations, and that says basically all human beings are part of a body, and if you hurt one part, one of them, you hurt others. It's the same with the body parts. If one of them get damaged, the other ones get damaged as well. We see that a lot in practice. For example, you get headache from cervical condition. It's called cervicogenic headaches. That when people have problem with the neck, they can get headache. Or for example, you get pain in your upper back, cervicogenic dorsalgia. That it has roots in the cervical spine, and so on. A lot of time, it's not as often as pain and dysfunction being in the same place, but we get sometimes once in a while that one part affects the other part, and that's the second part, the second philosophical aspect of osteopathy, that all parts are connected together, and by affecting one, you can affect the other. The research has shown that manual osteopathic techniques produce systemic result in the body through blood. A bunch of things, hormones get released after manual osteopathic care, and it goes everywhere, so affects different part of the area too. Number 3, philosophical part, and by the way, number 2 also is shared by the 3 professions I mentioned: osteopathic, chiropractic, and naprapathy. All 3 share the number 2 part, that the bodies are connected together, the bodies part. Number 3 part, number 3 part of the philosophy is something that dates back from the time of Greek medical doctors who produced the ideas that Greek physicians that brought the idea of the healing power of nature is something similar to that. Number 3 philosophical tenet of osteopathy, chiropractic, and naprapathy is the healing power of the body. The body has the power to heal itself. What osteopathy coined the term name innate intelligence. That term was taken by chiropractic later on, and innate intelligence plays a big role, especially in chiropractic philosophy. They mention this a lot, but it is originally an osteopathic term. Basically says that the body heals itself. And some old styles, chiropractors and osteopaths from long time ago, they even didn't believe that they're doing treatment. They said all they're doing, they're restoring the body to its proper structure, and the body heals itself. But that's what one of the philosophers saying, that basically what we do through our hands, through manual therapy techniques, we restore the body to what it was, to the correct posture, to the correct way, and then the body has the ability to heal itself. So number 3 philosophical tenets of osteopathic, chiropractic, and naprapathy is that the body heals itself through innate intelligence. Number 4 is something that differs from these 3 professions. Originally, it started with osteopathy that blood is the king or queen. These days, you have to say, to be politically correct, blood is has an important role in promoting the health, and that manual osteopaths, by working on the body, they improve blood flow, and with the blood flow comes healing factors that the blood has to improve the body. That was the philosophy at the start of the osteopathic profession. Later on, they also added blood flow and other body fluids like cerebrospinal fluids and lymphatic fluid that work to keep the body healthy. These days, this is disappearing. A lot of associations, osteopaths, manual osteopaths who talk about the philosophy of osteopathy either just mention 3, ignore the 4th fully, or they say number 4 is that all these, the past 3, they work together. They're kind of trying to ignore blood, but historically that was the number 4 philosophy. In chiropractic, because they wanted to look different than osteopaths of that time, they wanted to make their profession separate. Instead of the emphasis on blood, they put the emphasis on nerve and nerve flow. So they said nerve flow is the most important thing in the body, that if you keep by doing manual therapy, hands-on manual therapy, you make sure the nerve energy from the brain goes through the spine and the spinal column and is uninterrupted, and that if a spinal column is dislocated, what they call subluxated, then the nerve flow is interrupted and the patient may develop some conditions. But that idea of a bone out of place is it's not a practice anymore in chiropractic. It's been proven that it doesn't exist. No, the subluxation is a lack of motion, hypomobility in the body that causes that. Naprapath, on the other hand, believed in connective tissue, and basically connective tissue for them was ligament, tendon, muscles, and so on. They believe that by restoring the connective tissue, they restore the body, they allow the body to heal itself. So the number 4 tenets of philosophy of these 3 professions differs. Osteopathy is the blood flow and other body fluids such as lymphatic and cerebrospinal fluid. Chiropractic is the nerves, and the naprapathy is the connective tissues. I hope this video was helpful for you to give a simplified version of the three philosophical aspects of these 3 health professions: osteopathy, chiropractic, and naprapathy. And until next time, have fun, enjoy this beautiful day. I'm in Naples now. I love this town. That is why I set up my university here, National University of Medical Sciences, which is the only manual osteopathic university in the U.S. And by the way, we also offer a doctoral naprapathy program at this university. I really love naprapathy. It's a very gentle technique and gentle health profession, and it does wonders for treating acute pains and other pain. But unfortunately, there is only 3 universities in the U.S. Offering that. One of them is my university, and outside U.S. I think there is just 2 more schools that offered. One again is my university in Spain, Madrid, and another I think is in Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. That's about it. Have fun wherever you are. Enjoy it. Until next time, bye for now.